Today we're going to be checking out some AC builds on the Armor Decor subreddit. So it's called Armor Decor as a play on Armored Core. Because if you say it fast enough, it kind of sounds like the actual game's name. So the idea here is to share your AC builds, whether they be like useful or just stylish, as in like they say fashion here. Let's start all the way at the newest post, which right now is from 19 days ago. My AC, I ended up beating most of AC2 and another age with, and the one I use on my thumbnails. This guy a YouTuber. As you can see with his design, the emblem is great, but those colors, no. Next one coming in from Armored Core for answer, calling himself White Dragon version 2. Got 2 screenshots, 7 whole screenshots, man's came prepared. So the first one is right here. One thing I will say is that the Armored Core for answer designs are like interesting. Yeah, it's a bit crazy. So here's another look at it. It's got like this sort of mix between a gray and a very faint light blue with a blade on the left and some other stuff as well. Not gonna lie, I don't think I can make a good rating. He's literally taking a photo of his flex screen. So, but if this is his custom logo, that looks interesting. I do appreciate the effort that you've put in onto this one. It's like a 9 there. If you can get me better screenshots, I'll give you a higher rating. Mr. Blade Rave, right now, I'll give you a 6. So my take on a 9-breaker emblem, like the ones Ares had in AC2 and haven't found anything like it since. That being said, I came up with the original idea in AC4 and polished it off in ACFA recently. Okay, so that is a 9, but still 6 out of 10. Get me some better screenshots so I can get a proper review though. Next one, an AC I made on my Gen 3 playthrough. So it's got this sort of like pink purple-ish mix of colors, which is pretty interesting. It's not possible to paint the weapons in Armored Core 3 because I feel like it would look even better if that was the case. But the colors honestly look pretty nice. Just because of the colors, I'll give you a 7, maybe 7.5. I always thought those legs were very aesthetic, but then the longer legs with shorter core always looked a bit goofy lol. If you can change the colors in Lost Raven, Tiger 9, I will give you a 8. Next one is from Armored Core Formula Front. So the interesting thing about this game called Formula Front, you don't actually control the ACs, the AI does. So your whole purpose is to just build the ACs and not necessarily to fly them. So 100 gates my Formula Front AC, taking advantage of the AI's inherently good aiming to use dual bazookas in conjunction with rockets. So you can see, of course, he's rocking the dual bazookas. I think they're called the WH-05. They're the ones with the highest attack power out of all the bazookas, at least in Lost Raven. He's also using the arms on the side. I think those are the A92s. I also use those on my particular AC in Lost Raven. They got the Exceed Orbit cores and rockets at the back. I'd love to see this thing in action. If you can get a video for me, that would be pretty cool. So it looks like the Armored Core Wiki actually had a section to post your builds. I actually didn't even know that. I mean, now that Armored Core 6 is coming out, maybe they should promote this a lot more. I might actually even put my ACs on there if you want. Those extensions, these are called them arrays. I've never seen those before. Maybe I should go test them out, and you even get the tuning as well, so everything's just made easy. In Formula Front you can even tune the AI, which is interesting. Dang, shout out Bill Byrne, doing the most out here. So what would I give you a rating? It's got a very like utilitarian look to it. Did you even change the colors? It looks kind of basic. Maybe the idea is to have that plain look. I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of this AC. I won't rate it. 5 out of 10. If anything's below 5, that just means it's ugly. Okay, next one by High Crop or Hey Crop, or I don't know how to say it. My AC for Armored Core. I've moved up to 3 since the screenshot, but my AC hasn't really changed. Terminus. Is that your logo? Dang, that thing looks interesting, I guess. Looks to be a sword. But I don't even bother with my emblems, so good job to you for doing that. And then it looks like your AC. Do you even have a blade on the left? I don't see anything. But on the right, I very clearly see what looks to be a Kurosawa, maybe. And your AC has this overall really bulky look to it. So I'll give you a 8 out of 10 for the fact that you got all the parts to kind of give the same rounded aesthetic. The core looks a little rounded, the arms are rounded, the legs, everything. So a great job. Next one, Aussie Airborne. Here's my general purpose for the AC, mostly built for looks and a balanced loadout to have a large variety of engagement options without having to change a lot between missions. Most change part is the shoulder weapon, switching between relation missiles and flares depending on the mission. Wait, there are flares in Armored Core? So here's this emblem, which you can clearly tell he's put a lot of work into. It looks pretty nice. Got what looks to be a lion on there. Can I get a high resolution one? Nope. It's got a lion on there. There's some spears on the side, some feathers. There's a lot going on here. A lot. But honestly, for the skill, I'll rate you highly. Yeah, I've never played this game, so I didn't actually know that there's flares. Oh yeah, there's decoys in the older games. So here's this AC. It's got this blue and silver aesthetic, which kind of reminds me of Evangel from Lost Raven and Nexus. His left arm seems to be red. There's a couple of red accents all around. Give this a 7. I think I made a mistake by rating it because I don't know anything about how a good looking AC is supposed to look like. It looks fine to me. It's a shame no one actually commented, so shout out Aussie Airborne. Alright, next one. Sorry for phone pick this on my PS2 Hot Rod, the AC that mostly got me through 9 Breakers Arena. So right away, it's kind of like that very first design we looked at. It's very bright with bright red and bright yellow colors, reddish color to the weapons. That's a bit too much. It looks like a McDonald's build. Like, no joke, it looks like McDonald's. However, I can understand why you chose these colors. Kind of look like at a Hot Rod car, a classic Hot Rod. It does have those flame decals with like red and yellowish colors, so I can see why you chose the colors, but I'm gonna be honest, they don't really work. Okay, tone down the saturation just a bit and I will rate them higher. Right now, it's a 5. Sorry. So shout out Alma. That's an I though. How do you say your name? Alright, next one. 7 Heavens, my post-game AC after completing Armored Core 3 Silent Line for the first time years back. The extensions are practically useless, but they look nice. So here's the AC. This one I think is a properly like an Armored Core type AC right there. Very much a fashionable AC. You can see how the color scheme has got a nice white and black look to it with just the yellow accents to the side. So in terms of aesthetic, definitely on the better side. And he also posted it on the wiki. Of course, he's using the Moonlight. I'm pretty sure everyone uses one. It's got the pixie on the right, and he said these extensions are useless. They're called the Silence. I've never seen those before. It's a 9 out of 10, which is really good. It's very coherent. So shout out Bill Byrne. Alright, next one by Mystic 2000 Seraph, an attempt at making a lighter and more agile AC after my giant tank full of gun. So here it is. So not many screenshots for this one, but we'll get a look at it. It's got like this sort of desaturated yellow goldish color mixed in with some gray and some darker grays. Very much a neutral color palette to it. And my thoughts on it, it looks fine, I guess. Doesn't exactly stand out, but the good thing is that it doesn't look bad. So this one will get a 6 out of 10. Right, next one by this guy called Turtle Master 1993. I already made a video about this guy and his banger emblems. Why does Verdict Day have to make everything look like an old staticky TV? Yeah, you're right, that looks kind of bad. Should have moved in a bit closer because I can't really see much, but it's got mostly a pretty much black colors with it. And then you got a bit of this yellowish thing here on the side. You got some red. I don't know if I can rate it properly because this photo is a mess, so I can't actually see this. I'm not going to rate it. However, your emblems are of course a 10 out of 10. That I'll say, but I can't rate your AC. Mad Lad 117, my last Raven AC Matador. So right away, I noticed there's a couple of resemblances between my AC and his AC. We both use these particular relation missiles as extensions. We got a Rock 4, so that means this guy already defeated Zenaida or he defeated rank 6 in the arena, one of the two. So I think a Matador is like one of those Spanish things. I'm gonna like sound so wrong here. The Spanish guy like with the red thing with the bull, right? The red here kind of makes sense. So I can see what you're doing there. Very nice touch and very relevant to your thing. He's of course rocking the WR93 on the right hand side. On the left hand side, it looks like he has a Ghost assault rifle. So he's definitely packing some firepower on there. Then in the back, it looks like he's rocking some Kinaras, I think. So AC definitely looks very practical. And I also really like the red touch here, which is very relevant. Can you show us your logo? Because it looks like you actually made a custom one there. So just for this thing, I'll give it an 8. Nice color scheme, matches the name. Very nice build. Glad to see a fellow linear gun user. Blah blah blah. Want to make an all-purpose AC. This is my baby. Next one by Longcard 4323. It's good to be back in the saddle. Just like every other Armored Core player, we've been just chilling in the shadows. This guy is playing for Answer, I think. So he's got sort of a mix of colors. Right half is white, black half is black. I didn't even know you can do that for Answer. That's pretty cool. And the logo as well is kind of relevant. I don't know what the Gemini logo looks like, but I assume that's what this is. I like it when the name matches with the AC. It's just perfect. So I'll give this one an 8 as well. Alright, now for the next one. The best looking and most overpowered AC I've ever made across all of the games. Rime absolutely melts any target and never needs to touch the ground. By Arnold. Yeah, that guy. Interesting. So let's check it out. Calls of the AC Rime. Is this a built-in emblem? I think so. If it isn't, then yeah, you're pretty good. So anyways, his position at the head of the arena is the result of the hard work and perseverance. Oh yeah, I forgot this is like a default thing. So let's check out the AC itself. So it's got some very muted colors, a very subtle yellow brownish color. It's got a faint teal color, and then the rest is kind of gray, dark gray. He's rocking what looks to be, is this a rocket launcher? And then a pixie on the right arm. This thing has a very minimal color scheme to it. I kind of like it. Comparing it to the other ones I've seen, I don't want to be like biased or something. I don't know what rating to give it. So his ammo consumption ever problem. Then the man wrote a whole ass paragraph. So basically just only shoot when the enemy is actually aimed at. Oh, it's a grenade launcher. Okay, I see. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I also like how he made this like a super practical one as well.